What else should we tell the people, man?
Let's see. What is the latest news in tech today? What are some of the cool things that are happening? Let's see.
Oh, what kind of videos do you want to make?
Um, any kind of videos we can throw out, like a top 10 something, you know, I don't know, top 10 like best electric vehicles, or maybe top 10 best phones, or top 10, I don't know, anything about I'm sure it'll come to us once we start.
I'm sure you want to do top 10 gaming specs.
Gaming specs is one of them. I think a top one gaming spec, but
Or best computers for gaming.
best computers for gaming, right? Yeah, that's one of them.
What about, see, I asked AI.
We could talk about some cool stuff, some crazy stuff that's happening with Elon Musk Neuralink,
What's
where they
going
have
on with
that
the
brain,
Neuralink?
that brain chip they put in your brain.
Yeah, the brain chip you put in your brain.
Yeah, that's some crazy stuff right there,
Yeah,
man. Like,
but
holy.
is there anything going on with it
Let's see. Let me see
specifically
what's
right
on the
now?
news. All right. Neuralink begins clinical trials in Phoenix. Let's see. What does it say here? All right. Elon Musk's neural technology company,
You
Neuralink,
sh-
is conducting
oh,
clinical trials for its brain implant device at Barrow Neurological Institute, the medical facility recently announced. In April, Barrow confirmed it was the site of Neuralink's prime study, in which its first participant, Mr. Noland Arbaugh, underwent a successful implant of the company's brain-computer interface in January. Neuralink's brain-computer interface translates brain signals into commands, allowing people with paralysis to control digital devices via thoughts. What does this sound like? The Force. Anyways,
the Force.
Arbaugh, I don't know, for all you, sci-fi Star Wars fans out there. Anyways, Arbaugh, an Arizona resident and former athlete who was paralyzed after a diving accident, demonstrated the ability to use brain activity to play online chess and move a mouse cursor on a computer screen. That is amazing. Do you see how far technology has become? Do you think 30 years ago you would think of something like this? This is like
Yes.
science fiction coming to real life.
I mean,
In a blog post,
they thought about it, but I don't know if it'll. I didn't think they thought it was possible.
true. In a blog post, Neuralink called the successful implant of its BCI a significant milestone that could potentially restore autonomy to millions of adults with unmet medical needs, including those with quadriplegia due to amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or spinal cord injuries. Wow, I tore that word up. That word gave me a hard time. I would have failed the spelling bee with that one.
You
But yeah,
got
that's
it.
pretty crazy, man.
You
Could
got
you
it.
imagine having a brain chip? Sorry, go ahead.
No. You got it.
Could you imagine having a brain chip in your head and you're controlling? Think of it this way: if you're controlling stuff on a computer, just imagine a human controlling a robot.
You know, I think they already said somebody tweeted before or tweeted like one of their test patients. Let me see. Neuralink test patient tweet. Unless that was fake. On March 24th, man with brain chip posts a tweet. Just by
What would he?
thinking. What?
Yo, so wait a minute. Wait a minute, yo. Okay, hold on. So he thought of this tweet in his head. He visualized his tweet being created, and he created the tweet and posted it.
I mean, as long as this isn't fake, like, here, I'll show you.
Do you know what's crazy about that? If your thoughts come to real life, is there any way to control that? That would be like this movie. There's a movie about that.
Well, I mean,
Ah, man.
I would hope that they work that in there. Cause I know what you
What
mean.
if he just thought about it and like, oh snap, I didn't mean to post that. So now his thoughts are getting posted unintentionally. Yo, that's kind of scary, man. Don't you think?
Of course, I think that's scary. No, cause like, okay, how many times do like do crazy thoughts go through your head, and you're like, I would
Oh
never do
yeah,
that.
intrusive thoughts.
I
Exactly.
guess, I mean, sure, intrusive thoughts where you're like, I would never do that, but that would be crazy if I did that type of thing. But like, is there like a buffer or like a lag time that gives you,
I don't
or
know, bro. But that's scary. Look what Elon Musk said. First ever post made by thinking, just using the Neuralink telepathy device.
this
That's kind of
dude,
scary,
the
man.
dude said Twitter banned me because they thought I was a bot. And
Yeah.
then they reinstated me because I am.
Hey, that I don't know, man. Hey, go through the comments. The comments, man.
You know,
Somebody.
there's no comments. I mean, there are
Oh,
comments, but I don't know why I can't see it. Maybe because I'm not logged in.
oh, it's just not logged in.
I
But
mean, I also don't
yeah,
know if
man.
I
That's
also don't know if I want to.
yeah. Let's forget that. We can do it in another video. But we can make a video just by going through all the funny comments that we see on social media because the
I mean,
comments really make the post. But
I
anyhow,
could pull it up.
listen
I
to
just
this.
want to make sure there's no like, not safe
What
for
if you're
work stuff.
driving? What if you're driving a vehicle, an electric vehicle, like a Tesla or something, right? And you have Neuralink in your head, and you're just thinking
And
in your head,
you
what if I
get
was
like
a
road
speed like
rage.
yeah, road rage? Oh man, yo, they need to do more testing with this. They need to do a thorough testing. What if AI could control that brain chip of yours? Oh man. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, or
now
people
just
could
thinking
hack your
completely.
Neuralink.
Hack your Neuralink, make you do crazy things. It's not even you; it's Neuralink. No, I can't help it.
I mean, but I'm sure they're all thinking about all this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure
What if someone could read your thoughts?
that. Well, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that's what they're trying to get eventually go around to do, because like I can't
Don't you
zoom
think that
in.
would be controversial?
It'll be controversial, but if there's like a real good reason to do so, right?
No, it
Like,
wouldn't be a really good reason. Wait
could
a minute. Where's your
Neuralink be
right to?
hacked like our
Where's
voting
your right
machines?
to privacy?
No, but like, okay, imagine they could. They've okay. The first step is figure out how to do it. Second step is how do we, do a rollout for it, right? Like, what are people gonna support? What are people gonna not like? And then they're gonna have their bigger test group of people. They're gonna write down what they don't like about it, and then once it's ready for public, it's either gonna fail or not. You know what I mean? Like, if
Yeah,
people don't like it, it's not gonna do well.
that's true.
I mean, unless they just use the military to put it in your head, that's kind of crazy. But I'm just
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's possible.
But I'm just saying, like, yeah, of course, like that's a fear, but so there's tons of fears with AI, but I'm sure you use it every day. There's a ton of fears of cars, right? Like people, people
Like
could
the
run.
electric cars.
Well, sure, that worries me. I ain't gonna
Yo,
lie.
I test drove one a few weeks ago. Let me tell you, man, that thing went so fast. From 0 to 60, it can go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. I dropped it down to 60 and punched it to 80. And it got to 80 in zero point 0.5 seconds. It was so fast that
Oh, really?
my brain could not register that that just happened.
It was like a sports car or what?
Yeah, it was a sports EV vehicle.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, it was luxury. It was a luxury vehicle, but it was fast. I was like, oh
You know,
man,
my
oh
my
man.
my last experience driving an EV was I took my car in for service, and then you know how they give you like a little rental car,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
and so they gave me the electric car, and I honestly really didn't like it. Like I was like, because I've been thinking I want to switch. Gas is crazy high in California right now, so like I really been thinking like maybe I could go EV, but
Go lease
after.
the EV. I'm gonna tell you that, man. You're gonna save a lot of money. Gas is almost $6. Some places it is $6.
Well, I also feel
Uh,
like because we're the reason it goes up when like stuff in other countries are going on. So like just for the sake of America, like we should all go EV for real, because we generate tons of electricity here in the country within our borders. Like why do we have to go across? overseas for electricity. I mean, maybe one day we'll need to, but like I'm sure we have plenty of electricity here in America.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think EV is a more economical, environmentally friendly. However, my only concern with EV vehicles is because they're a computer, um, and
What they could like turn.
they could get compromised. You know, as soon as they figure out the framework, the operating system, look for vulnerabilities. It can definitely get compromised, and um, there's groups, organizations that exist in the world, even ones that are government funded, that their main purpose is to find these flaws
Yeah,
and exploit it.
I
And
mean, I
whether they're the good guys or the criminals, the bad guys, it's for whatever reason. But that will always be a security concern that I see with electric vehicles.
I mean, trust me, like I have the same concerns myself. But I was just gonna say, one thing I didn't like about driving the electric was, how like when you're driving your car right now, if you take your foot off the gas, you kind of just coast like you're almost going downhill in a way.
Yeah, you can't do that with electric cars.
On
Because
yeah,
they have that like brake system. Their brake system is I forgot the word for it was, but it's always activated.
mhm.
And so it's like the moment you take your foot off the pedal,
It like jerked
it
me
just
forward.
yeah,
Like
it
I didn't
feels
like that
like
at
it
all.
feels like you're stepping on your brakes already.
Yeah,
And so it
I didn't
doesn't
like
move.
that. I really didn't
Yeah.
like that. I don't
No,
like.
I agree
I'm
'cause
sure I'm sure I'll get used to it. But like a lot of times, I like to take my foot off the gas and just ride, cruise or
exactly.
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
feel you. Throw that thing in neutral maybe if you want to save gas
I
downhill, but
mean, I
yeah,
guess,
no.
but like, no, like, well, no. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
You've
Like,
never put your car in neutral and just drove like rolled down the hill?
I mean, I have, I have,
Yeah. Can't do
but
that with an electric
I know.
car.
But how do you? Well, I'm just not familiar. I guess you just. I don't know. I guess it would be the same as how I do it in my car. All I'm saying is I shouldn't have to do that. Like, let's see.
Right.
Let me Google this. Can electric vehicles coast? Or was that just my experience? Okay. They call it aggressive regeneration. Is that what it is?
I guess.
I don't know. Could EVs be designed to roll freely slash coast down the road when not pressing accelerator and use the first 50% of the brake pedal depression of or a steering wheel paddle? Hold on, let me just put this on. I don't know what where was I? Could EVs be designed to roll freely slash coast down the road when not pressing accelerator and use the first 50% brake pedal depression or a steering wheel paddle to dynamically engage regenerative braking in real time? Available, would add any significant range to EVs. I find that in an ICE vehicle. What is an ICE vehicle?
And who?
I'm assuming it's just whatever we have right now. Internal combustion engine. Yeah, so like a gas car. Okay. I guess that's new. I didn't even know that. That's what it's called. ICE vehicle. Anyways, I find that in an ICE vehicle, I coast a fair amount of time living in a hilly area. I don't need to accelerate, but I don't want to quickly slow to a stop either. Example would be letting off the accelerator a few hundred yards before a stop. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It seems if I could dynamically engage the amount of regen braking needed at any given moment, it could add some range, a few miles. I mean, that's what happens with gas for sure. By not actively
Mhm.
using the battery to propel the car and still have the benefit of using regen braking 99% of the time when needed. Maybe this is already available, or more likely, I fully don't understand how an EV and regen braking works. It already exists. Many EVs have configurable generation. Have some of them have paddle at the side of steering when configure regeneration on the go. In slippery conditions, full regeneration is lethal, considering the average driver's driving abilities. In slippery conditions, EVs reduce regen. Regen braking is smarter than you are describing it to be. The traction control system monitors for wheel slip and will adjust regen / supply, blah, 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 blah. These vehicles were designed for average drivers. To be honest with you, I just feel like they could use, some of the momentum energy, like the energy that's generated when coasting, because I know they do that already in my car. My car is not even an EV. Like if you're going
Your car
downhill,
hybrid?
no, when you're going down, I guess I mean, it's not, but it does like have like some kind of charge up. I don't know exactly what it's charging, but let's see, cars that charge when coasting. Either way, what I'm saying is I'm sure they could find a way to use the car's motion to refill its own battery. Like it's got to be just the charging stations needing to make money, just like a fuel station would need to make
Like
money.
a self-efficient charging. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's basically what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
The self-charging hybrid battery charges when braking or coasting, so there's no need to plug in. I don't know. I could click on this, but I don't. How do EVs charge themselves while driving? The most common way is through regenerative braking. So either way, like wouldn't that be nice if you could just drive and not have to worry about gas or even like refilling a battery or recharging a battery or anything like that? I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would drive everywhere.
Solar powered energy. Oh,
Yeah.
you see my screen? Do you see my screen? Peep this. Peep this. Oh,
This guy's getting bored of.
I'm about to whack some people.
All right. Well, show me your skills then, man. I mean, we have been going for 38 minutes now. I guess we got a little bit of time.